When we left you last week, Deb and I were rounding the northern side of Oahu and checking out the North Shore. Hey everybody, it's Gil from aboard the sailing vessel Dream Chaser, but in last week's video and this week's video, Deb and I are actually in Hawaii. It's been a beautiful trip. We took a trip to Oahu, and if you didn't see the video from last week, I'll go ahead and put a link to it right up here in this upper right-hand corner. Certainly check it out. We had a blast. I showed you a little bit about the place we stayed, the resort, the Kolina area. We did some traveling around the North Shore, showed the resorts and whatnot, and just some of the scenery, which was just gorgeous. This week I'm going to show you some of the things we are doing this week. It's been a blast so far, and it's kind of like like lions and tigers and bears, oh my. In this case, it's submarines and Pearl Harbor and Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. So we'll kind of show you some of that stuff too. Really cool. The scenery there is just unreal. And Deb and I did not only a tour of where they filmed films like Jurassic Park and Unbelievable Journey and Mighty Joe Young and 50 First Dates. There's a ton of movies they filmed in this valley. I'm sure I'll say it wrong. Kualoa Valley in Oahu. Anyway, we'll show you some of that today. So, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the trip to Oahu.
One of the really cool things about coming to a trip like this, for one of these reward trips, is when you go to a dinner or you go out to your daily events, a lot of times you come back to your room and there will be something that they've left here for you. And we just got back from our award dinner. It was really nice. You know, everybody got recognized for achieving the ability to be here at this trip. And I get back to our room and there's something sitting on the bed. So I'm going to show you what it is.
So at our turn down service, there's this. Don't know exactly what it is. Treat yourself. You earned it. After all the hard work this past year, we thought you might be hungry. So take a moment between activities before you head out to dinner to sample some of these scrumptious island treats. And there is this cool sort of hand-woven basket, if you will. My lovely assistant, Vanna Debbie, will help. Very cool.
Actually, a real starfish.
Yeah. So starfish on top. And then what's in the little... I like the fact that it's like a woven box. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we can get that home without having to get destroyed.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah, it's definitely island treats. So,
Macadamia nuts.
Macadamia nuts.
Some macadamia nut chocolate things. This is sweet potato and taro chips.
Nice. Potato chips.
Trail mix.
Trail mix. Guava nectar. And what's that one?
Passion orange.
And passion orange.
Guava nectar.
So, tomorrow while we go on our UTV adventure to go four-wheeling through Jurassic Park World, we will have some snacks in our pocket or bag. It is Wednesday morning. Deb and I are getting ready to go to this Jurassic Park movie world place where they filmed part of Jurassic Park. It's going to be kind of fun. It's called Kualoa Ranch or something like that. And I feel it's starting to rain, unfortunately. But right behind me is this secret beach they have kind of behind the hotel, which is really cool. You can take a little tiny path. It's not all the chairs out there like there is on the rest of the beaches, but it is just beautiful. A lot of rocks on both sides, and it's open to the sea as opposed to protected by like a set of breakers like the beaches for the regular part of the hotel. So let me kind of show you what this looks like. It's really pretty. So this is the secret beach area, which is kind of cool. You can just swim right from that little sand part out in here, and like I said, you know, the waves come in here as opposed to the other sections where they're, you know, blocked by the breakers. Not a lot, but, you know, little waves coming in. It's nice. This is the view along this part of the rocky coast right here, which is really neat. You can see it's low tide. Our hotel is right here behind these trees. It's nicely blocked. And then over here is all the outdoor pools, adult pool, Serenity pool, the whole bit is right
I like when the camera.
The next morning was our organized tour of Kualoa Ranch, which was really cool. We went through the cultural center in the beginning and checked it out. So today we are at the Kualoa Ranch on the valley of the Kualoa Mountains in Oahu. And you can see behind me the views are just stunning of this mountain face. Home to a lot of movies, which is pretty neat. A lot of the Jurassic Park franchise was filmed here, which is pretty neat, right? Jurassic World was here, 50 First Dates was filmed here, Mighty Joe Young. I mean, the list just goes on and on. It's really a cool place. So we'll take you along today and show you Kualoa Ranch. We're going to go ahead and do the movie tour, about a 90-minute tour through the ranch and where they film different scenes from different movies. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you ever get to Oahu, this is a cool place to check out for sure. There's quite a few people here for sure, but take a look here. This is where the movie tour picks up people. But again, this mountain face is just amazing. They do horseback riding here too, which could be kind of interesting. And then we got on a bus and we went and did a tour of it. And this is actually the first sugar mill ever in Oahu. Obviously, it's fallen apart now. But as we continued on the tour, we went up on this vista. There's a World War II bunker right here, and they start to get these first scenes of the beautiful water and valley. These views right here are the valleys that they filmed the Jurassic Park series in. As a matter of fact, that mountain in the middle was a volcano in one of the movies, I think Fallen Kingdom, and they CGI the lava and whatnot. They also filmed a lot of other movies here, including a documentary about the Easter Island statues and how they built and moved those to that particular island. The entire trip was really cool to see this, but it's interesting. It's still a working farm. It's an ag farm and also a fruit vegetable farm. So you got avocados, and they even raise pigs and cattle. And then we got to our first place, which was going to be a stop in the Jurassic Valley. I tried to just capture the sheer size and how lush this is. It really is pretty amazing. Just standing here, you feel so small. Give you an idea on just how large these mountain faces are. Hope the scale comes out in this. As the tour continued, we got back into the bus, and if you've ever seen the series Lost, this is actually our Hurley's golf course was also filmed up here. So was the Nicki Minaj music video. This scene right here, if you look, that big crater-looking thing on the bottom of the screen was actually Godzilla's footprint. They had him across the valley for a Godzilla movie. In a Ben Affleck movie, he crashed a helicopter in Colombia. This was where they filmed that. And then this entire valley you see right here was from the movie Wind Talkers with Nicolas Cage, which was really a cool movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. We saw some of the traditional trees that they leverage and use in Hawaii to make thatch roofs, furniture, and all kinds of baskets. And then we saw another movie set, and this is from Kong Skull Island. This hill looked bigger in the movie, but they look down and they see this graveyard of bones, if you will. And what's interesting is their guide was awesome. He was telling us that these are actually made of styrofoam and stucco and paint. We then stopped up at this World War II bunker that overlooked this amazing vista. They said they had guns right at the edge of this battery. I'll show show a diagram of it in a minute. And the guns could shoot 17 miles offshore to protect. And after D-Day, they were concerned with that, how this bunker was built and then never used again in battle. Can you imagine being assigned here? But really, they turned most of this into a Hollywood, a little bit of a museum, and they had all kinds of memorabilia. This here is from the movie or the TV series Hawaii Five-0. And I went ahead and zoomed in on some of this because the attention to detail in these little bunker sets was really interesting. You know, everything looked like it was sort of dusty, but when you touched it, it wasn't. So that's an effect they have on top of all this material. But, you know, right down to sand in the corner, you know, the open Japanese bomb boxes, the bones there. They even had newspapers that had print on it.
So this is from the movie Kong, Skull Island. It's cool. The set has all these bones on it, even out on the yards out there.
I think everybody knows The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's from Hawaii, and he certainly filmed his share of movies here. Journey 2 was filmed here. I can't remember the other ones. Oh, and Jumanji also was filmed here too. They even had part of the scenes from the sub from Lost. It was really a cool tour. Our organized tour then hopped on a small little boat and we crossed this body of water and got to a secret island, secret beach. Cool little set of trees here in this walkway to go out to the secret island, which we took a boat over to and then went to the other side of it to get to the exposed beach. But it's almost like giant mangroves, and these things are huge. Like, just look in there. You couldn't make your way across that. Well, Deb and I then had to do a quick little video chat back home from the beach, so telling them that, hey, look at this, we're in Hawaii, and it was fun. It was neat to do, and let them see it on the screen as well.
This is a secret beach by Kolina Ranch. I can't say any of the words here in Hawaii.
Kalahua.
Kalahua Ranch.
Kalahua Ranch.
Turns out I was wrong. These are not mangrove trees. It's a hawa, beach hibiscus. Man, are they everywhere in here. So cool looking.
And when they rub together, they sound like howler monkeys that you see down like in Costa Rica or in Belize. It's a cool sound. You hear it in the distance. It's sort of, it's kind of a cool sound. I hope you enjoyed the trip. We took you along to Kualoa Ranch, or Kualoa Ranch. I'm probably saying it wrong. It was just gorgeous. We did the whole Jurassic Park sort of experience in a tour bus. We saw the bunkers from World War II that were built here after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And then we went over to this secret beach where we had to take a boat across and then hike over into this, through this sort of mangroves, or turns out they're hibiscus, over to the beach, which was really cool too. So yeah, really neat stuff. And then you can see this cool little thing set up here behind us with these fish up in the trees. I mean, check that out. Is that not the coolest thing ever? Look at that. I love it. Anyway, so tomorrow we're going to go on a submarine, and I also think we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a four-wheeling expedition on UTVs.
Deb and I are going to come back here, and we're going to do a 2-hour UTV tour where we get to ride UTVs around the park itself, which will be really cool as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video of our trip over to the Jurassic Valley in Oahu, Hawaii. It was an absolute blast, but I think I'm going to end the video right here, and in next week's video we'll finish along on a UTV tour. We take a submarine to over 100 feet down below the surface, and we go visit Pearl Harbor. We'll share some of those scenes with you as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. See y'all next week. Safe sailing, everybody.